Alright, it's time to mod the ever-lovable GOBZOOKA, a massive air tank blaster in a very comfortable form factor that should be really, really useful for launching rockets and resolvers and stuff like that. And, well, I haven't done this before, but I spoke to Buff Daddy Nerf, and he told me exactly what I have to do, so hopefully I can do this and not bend any pins or anything like that. But before I start, a little bit of a rant. When I or anybody else like Captain Xavier says, don't single something, we're not trying to be like, oh my god, that's dangerous, don't single it. You're not being some kind of rebel by singling your air blaster. You're being uncreative, unoriginal, and lazy. When you do that, you're not impressing anybody. You took an air tank and put a single barrel on it. That's the easiest way to mod one of these things. And yes, you can shoot a dart really hard. If you bring that to a Nerf war, nobody's going to be impressed because everybody knows what that does, and nobody's going to allow you to use it because they don't want to lose their eye. It's not funny, it's not interesting, it's not even remotely creative, so stop doing it just to be some kind of rebel. Now that I got that on my system, I'm going to make mine, right now anyway, shoot this rocket, which was kindly given to me by Cobra Commander! It's like a whistle rocket thing you could find at Walmart, although my Walmart doesn't have them. They were like $3 and came with a really nifty whistling rocket and a, well, this thing, which was on the end of a cardboard tube that you slapped and shot the rocket. I mean, he's probably wondering what this, that jag-off Walcom S7 has not used the rocket I gave him. Well, now I'm finally using it. And I figured I'm just gonna take this and wrap it in E-tape, put it in there, and I'm actually gonna probably glue this to that, so then this will be my adapter for all of my kind of absolver stuff. And speaking of absolvers, this thing would be really cool with a perfectly sized absolver in there. You could just shove an absolver on like that, pump it off, and fire it. That'd be amazing. So in order to do this, the first thing we have to do is we have to get rid of this little floaty piece in there. And the way we're going to do that is we need to take out the middle point of it, and then we need to take out the surrounding plastic. And when we do that, there's going to be a pin, obviously, that this slides and guides on, which we then need to fill up the hole with some kind of epoxy putty. I'm using DevCon plastic welder. And once we got that on there, then we have to put this on there and seal that in there somehow. I may just use hot glue just for the sake of brevity, but that won't last very long. You're obviously going to want to use something like plumber's goop or E6000 or whatever that stuff's called, or again, a two-part epoxy like this. And really, that's all you have to do, so I'm just going to attack it with these two pairs of pliers here. I've got one to hold it and the other to remove plastic by twisting and breaking, and see how far that gets us. It just occurred to me having two pairs of those pliers would really help right here. Now the reason I'm trying to not use my Dremel right now is so I don't actually get any kind of debris in here. Because that could mess up any kind of air seal, but I don't know if I have the proper tools to attack this. Yep, you just kind of attack it with pliers until it comes out. So you can see I'm making some progress. I'm literally just grabbing the inside part with the needle nose pliers, and then using this to grab the outside so it doesn't turn, and yeah. There's the pin. So now that we have the middle part out, what we need to do now is we need to get rid of the outer part, but since there's no structure in the inside, we should be able to push in the insides, kind of twist and pull it out. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Make sure you wear safety glasses. I just had a piece of plastic fly up and hit me in the eye. Alright, once you've thoroughly attacked it and gotten out this thing, which, yeah, it's mangled, and yeah, the inside of this is a little chewed up as well, but as long as you don't damage the actual seal in there, you're fine. Now, the next part you're going to need some epoxy putty for. You're going to want to seal the hole in the center of the piston. There's a little hole there that's still leaking air, and we're going to want to put something in there to stop it from leaking air. And once we do that, this thing will be 100% airtight. So this, just reach down in there with a little bit of epoxy putty on it and just fill that hole. Be a little bit smarter than me and use something a lot longer. That will really help. Alrighty, changed my mind. Instead of the 1/2-inch PVC, we're using 3/4-inch PVC, and this actually does seal. Now, it was very light pressure, but yeah, that works good for me. This is a 3/4 inch coupler, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of electrical tape and make that fit in this barrel attachment here, and then we'll have a missile launcher. Well, that's not going anywhere. That's going on there. That's going on there. I'm gonna pump this up just a little bit, not too high pressure, because while DevCon does cure pretty quickly, I don't want to destroy the seal already. That works even better. That was just a couple of pumps, and that rocket actually flew pretty good. Let's take this to the firing range and see what this can do. All right, we're gonna give it just a couple of pumps. I have not fixed the issue with the pump locking in. That's gonna be probably just a magnet or something. But with this being handheld like this and not leaking air, it should be a little bit easier to manage now. But I'm gonna give it just a couple of pumps here. Holy crap, let's do that a couple more times. This kind of thing makes me almost wish this was like a air-powered rocket sword thing or something. Anyway. Alright, that time while I was walking out there, I pumped it up just to see if it would hold any air, so let's see. It leaked a bit. May have to do something about that. It's, I don't hear it leaking any air. Oh, yeah, I do. Huh. Well, there's probably a leak around where I pounded in the pipe. I can just dot that with some hot glue. So even so, let's just actually try to use this like I just took it out of, you know, off my back or off of a sling or something, and I'm gonna fire it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad. Could be a little bit stronger, but that's a big projectile. That's a long barrel. Overall, pretty easy to do. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm probably gonna cut this pipe down a little bit so the attachment is a little less visible, but yeah. GOBZOOKA, pretty easy to mod, just gotta break some plastic and have about a half hour to kill, but that's pretty awesome. Let me know what you think about this thing down in the comment section below. If you have any attachment ideas, I'd love to hear them. I'm not really into firing every single type of thing ever, but I'm definitely interested to hear what people have to say. Obviously, Maverick cylinder absolvers are gonna be the best thing ever for this Brett. You might wanna get on that. I might have to borrow a couple from you if you aren't doing anything anytime soon. It'd be a fun video to do, but yeah. This thing is wicked awesome, and I do recommend picking one up. You can pick one up from Target for 20 bucks in the US. I don't know of anywhere else that has them right now, but there's probably some other places. But the GOBZOOKA, pretty darn awesome. I'm Walcom S7. Thank you very much for watching this video, and of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different one.